Hello everybody, today we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing. I don't know if I'm going to do all 10, I doubt it, but we're going to do an unboxing of this display box which contains 10 starter decks with 76 cards each of the Middle-earth CCG Unlimited Edition, The Wizards. Now, how this game works, and I'm going to do a video because I've received a lot of questions from people around the difference between this game and the Lord of the Rings LCG, and I will do an in-depth video on this, and this today is not this video. But in order to play, you would need 2 of these. This is the basic, if you like, core requirement. So we're going to unbox 2, and they pretty much all look the same. So when you would have seen this in the shop, they would have had this display case open. You see these 10 and you don't know what you're getting. So we will just take 2 randomly, one from here and this one, and we will see what is inside. So I go to the shop, I say I want to play Middle-earth, the CCG, the Wizards. And the guy tells me, okay, you have to get 2 of these. I pick these 2, I come home and I do the unboxing. So let's see. Oh yeah, and I need to plug a channel. If you're interested in Tolkien and his writings, not the games, but the writings, and also to some extent the films, check out The Prancing Pony on YouTube. They're a fantastic podcast. So let's see what we have. Okay, we get the box. We get cards. And in there you can see the rule book as well. So let's see. We will take this one here. And maybe there is some information here as well. This simple, elegant and intriguing card game is designed for 1 to 5 players who design their own unique decks. You play one of the 5 I.C.E sent by the Valar to right the balance of things in Middle-earth. The Wizard contains a simple-to-use rules booklet and 76 cards, part of a set of over 450 beautifully illustrated tradable game cards bearing fine original full-color artwork. So that's the blurb. You see you've got 2 sets. And we will open the smaller one first. You see, I'm really bad at this. Yeah, here we are. Oh, and as you can see, of course, this was completely shrink-wrapped and everything. I get them from the Netherlands. The game is no longer produced, but you can still get plenty of stuff. And this is obviously in mint condition. It came shrink-wrapped when I got it. So we've got the Gates of Morning, which we already have. We've got Peath, Keeley, so you get several of your heroes, Glorfindel. You get places, locations, Rivendell, Henneth Anun, Goblin Gate, Dunish Clanhold. You get a couple of or factions, I should say, Rangers of Ithilien, the Wind Throne, Weathertop, Rosgobel, Moria, Radagast, and Gandalf. So you get 2 wizards, the Doors of Night, Ruined Signal Tower, Faramir, Bard the Bowman, Dunlendings. They are also a man faction. Rivendell, Lorien, Greyhavens, Etherlon. So with this deck, you can do a lot of travel already, so that's important because you get locations. You have a couple of factions that you can play. You have 2 important permanent events, Doors of Night and Gates of Morning. So this one would be a hazard that you play against the player you're playing against, that you play on the player you're playing against, and this one would be something that you play on yourself. And you've got 2 wizards, which is important, because since this is usually, I mean, it does say 1 to 5 players, but it's actually an opposed game. You usually play this PvP, you would play against someone else, and they have to have a different wizard, because you can't have the same wizard, although each of you can have the same people in their hands. Like so, you've got 5, and your starting company can never be more than 5 characters, and your wizard would not be revealed until later in the game. And here we have the other cards that come with it. Sting, Pippin, Dwarven Ring of Thelor's Tribe, so if you wear this as a non-dwarf, your influence goes down by -2. By 2, it goes down by 2. If you're a dwarf, your influence rises to 7. Awaken the Earth's Fire, Merry, Red Book of Westermarch, Legolas, Ringlore, I don't think I've got this card, Tom, not Tom Bombadil, but one of the 3 trolls that they encounter in The Hobbit, Palantir of Osgiliath. I know I have 1 Palantir, but I'm not sure if I've got this one. But I only have 1 anyway, and you would like to have up to 3. The Precious, short event. I don't have this card. So I'm already getting cards that I don't have, which is good. I don't think I've got Merry and Pippin. I think I've got 1 of them. Okay. Lure of Nature. I mean, this is kind of, in the past, I always identified with Radagast until the Hobbit movies came out where he was turned into a complete idiot, but this is actually Radagast. And no, he does not have bird poo on his face. Test of Lore. Weariness of the Heart. Lucky Strike. Wolves. Sword of Gondolin. River. Farsight. Huorn. Shield of Ironbound Ash, Lure of Nature again, Kindling of the Spirit, Wargs, Ford, Lure of the Senses, Risky Blow, Giant Spiders, Mirovor, Lure of Expedience, Escape, Ambusher. I only have this card once, now I've got it twice. Despair of the Heart. Now, isn't that a beautiful picture? I mean, seriously, this is Denethor killing himself and the guys rushing in and trying to... No, actually, this is Faramir being burnt by Denethor and they're rushing in to try and save him. Choking Shadows, Rescue Prisoners, Abductor, the Ettenmoors, again, another another location. Awaken Denizens, Fellowship, Giant, Elven Cloak, Arouse Minions, Dreams of Lore, Orc Patrol, Amunhen, Arouse Denizens, Precious Gold Ring, Foul Fume, Twilight, Half Trolls of Farharad, Lost in Shadowlands. So with this game, with this deck, you can, with this set, I should say, you can build a nice deck. You've got 2 wizards, so you can choose which one you would like. You have several factions you can play. You've got several locations. Unfortunately, none of the ones that I'm missing is in there, but that's fine. You've got 2 permanent events, Doors of Night and Gates of Morning. And you have several hazards you can play on your opponent. So when we look at this, it's you could build a deck with this. The point is, obviously, in each deck you cannot have more than 3 of a kind. And for some of these you definitely want to have 3 because they're essentially very helpful. But that's of course also the business model behind it. They want you to buy expansions, they want you to buy boosters, they want you to spend money. You know, it's a business model which people would know from Magic the Gathering as well. It's not a new thing, but it is how this works. So, but here you can see this would be all of the hazards you can play, plus of course the Doors of Night. And these are all of the resources you have at your disposal, plus the Gates of Morning, and of course your factions, which are kind of resources because you play them to get points. You have 2, 4, 6, 8 allies, which is really good. You've got Bard, so they have influence as well, so they can influence others. So, for example, Glorfindel has consumes 8 of your general influence, but can also influence one person. So he could influence Bard. Well, not influence, but he could direct Bard the Bowman. Pete has an influence of 1. Legolas has an influence of 2. So he could actually then also direct Bard the Bowman. So you have a really good and very versatile starting company if you choose from these. So that's a really good box that you get there. So you get a lot for your money. I don't know how much they were. When I bought this, I paid 95 euros, which is about, I want to say $85 in today's money. You get 10 for $85. That would be $8.50 for one of these, which is a very reasonable price. I wouldn't know what they would be selling for in the past, but I would say probably around the same mark. So let's open the second one and see what we get here. So remember, I went to the shop and I said to the guy, I want to play this game. He said, well, girl, you need 2 of these. So this is what I'm now getting. And this is the premise under which we're doing this video. So I get this one again. I've got the Gates of Morning. Let me guess. These are probably the same ones that are in there. Gates of Morning, Peath, Keeley, Glorfindel, Rivendell, Henneth Anun, Goblin Gate, Danish Clan, Hold, Rangers of Ithilien, The Wind Throne, Weathertop, Rosgobel, Moria, Radagast, Gandalf. It is actually the same set cards. Doors of Night, Ruined Signal Tower, Faramir, Bard the Bowman, Dunlendings, Rivendell, Lorien, Grey Havens. What are the odds? So because Faramir is in this one as well, isn't he? Yeah, he is. So actually we chose 2 boxes which are identical. At least with this regard. So we put these away. And here you've got the ones that are not set, which are random in terms of you don't know what you're getting there. So we'll have to open a third one. New Moon, Goldberry, very nice. I think I've only got her twice. Bert, very nice. I like him because it's nice to have all of the trolls. Dancing Spire, Durin's Axe, The Burden of Time. I just love the art on this one, The Burden of Time. You really should all read the Silmarillion to understand what this is about. Build a Pony, Blue Mountain Dwarves, Unborn, Barad-dûr as a location. Where did I put my locations? Sorry. Down here. Narya. That's the elven ring that Gandalf has. Bilbo. I don't have him. Ha! Strike. Weariness of the Heart. It's a very powerful card. Stealth. Very nice. Wolves. Healing Herbs. Very good card. Great Road. River. Reforging. I don't think I've got this card. Corpse Candle. I really like the artwork on this one. That's just... Ugh. Orc Warriors. Beautiful Gold Ring. Lure of Nature again. Test a Lore. Weariness of the Heart. Very powerful card. Lucky Strike. Very good card. Sword of Gondolin. Nice card. River. Huorn. Shield of Ironbound Ash. Kindling of the Spirit. Wargs. Lure of the Senses. Risky Blow. Mirror War. Lure of Expedience. Ambusher. Despair of the Heart. Rescue Prisoners. Abductor. Awaken Denizens. Fellowship. Elven Cloak. Arouse Minions. Orc Patrol. Amon Hen. Wolves. Farsight. Lure of Nature. Ford. Giant Spiders. Escape. Very nice. Again, you could build a really, really interesting group. So you've got 2 additional heroes, which brings your hero count up to 2, 4, 6, 8. So I don't think I've got Bilbo. So this would make it a little bit difficult because I think you can have up to 2 wizards in your deck, and you essentially only have the one. So you would, in this case, actually have to get a 3rd one and hope that you do not get... yeah, no, either is fine. Yeah. So again, you can build a solid deck with this. So now we have to go back to the shop and say, well, you know, I just need, you know. So actually, for my purposes, this would be enough. These would be enough because I could choose. I got these 2. I want 2 of the wizards in there, and I've got 2 Gandalfs and 2 Radagast. I would be good. I could use the 2 that I bought for $20, 20 quid, and play against someone. If the other person doesn't have anything, that would be a bit difficult because oh no, it wouldn't. It would actually be enough. Yeah, you can take these and then play against an opponent if you find one. Speaking of finding an opponent, you might be wondering this as well. This game has been out of print since 1999. Is anyone still playing? And I can tell you, yes, they are. And the World Championships, we're going to open one more. The World Championships of 2018 are happening in October in the Netherlands. And you can go to the Facebook page of the CCG, and all of the details are on that page. And you can check out where it is exactly in the Netherlands and the exact dates. I think it's at the end of October. And of course, if you would like to attend, then I'm pretty sure you will have a very good time. So we go back to the shop and we say we need one more. So we've caught the bug. We need one more. Let's see. We have Gates of Morning again, of course, and we've got the Blue Mountain Dwarfs. So and we see what we've got. It's the same one, isn't it? Oh, Baragon, no. Beorn, Bard Bowman, Windthrone, Weathertop, Moria, Isengard, Saruman. So now we've got the 2 more. Saruman, Rivendell, Ironhill, Dwarfhold, Goblin Gate, Beorn's House, Ironhill Dwarfs, Rivendell, Lorien, Greyhavens, Everlond, Beornings, Annalena and Gimli, and Doors of Night, of course. So we're slowly getting closer to seeing all of the 5 wizards. We've now seen 4. We're still missing Palando, and I wonder who they lumped Palando in with. So let's take a look at the non-set ones. We've got the Blue Mountain Dwarfs, Unborn, Treebeard, very nice, Woses of the Druadan Forest, Palantir of Minas Tirith, very good because I don't have any of these. Very, very nice, very nice. I'm very happy that I got those. So he's an ally. Palantir, Plague of Whites. I mean, just look at this beautiful picture. I don't have this card. So as you can see, I'm already excited. Mablung. I don't think I've got him. Use Palantir. I'm pretty sure I don't have this card. Minion Stir. Very nice artwork. Narya again. Favor of the Valar. I only have this card once. So yeah, it's looking good already. This was a very good investment. Because obviously I'm not a, well, I'm kind of a collector, but I'm also a player. And of course, as a player, you would also like to have all of the cards. Precious Gold Ring, Foul Fumes, Twilight, Old Forest, Half Trolls of Faharad, Lost in Shadowlands, Rescue Prisoners, Orc Patrol, Dodge, Ghouls Lost in Free Domains, Test of Form, Fell Winter, Concealment, a very good card, Potion of Prowess, Knight, Healing Herbs again, Greed, Giant, Secret Password, Orc Warriors, Beautiful Gold Ring, Saren Gorywing, Cave Drake, Block, Orc Raiders, Muster, Disperse, Vanishment, Call of Home. That's a nasty card. Test of Form, Sword of Gondolin, Twilight, Dagger of Westerners, a really good card. Awaken Minions, Wargs, Shield of Ironbound Ash, Cave Drake again, Fair Gold Ring, Fair Travels in the Wilderness, and Giant Spiders. So as you can see again, a very good selection. And you can do lots with these. So you will, again, I mean, they do want you to come back for more. They do want you to come and buy all of these card decks because obviously, again, as you can see, you can have up to 3 of all of your resources. I don't think we've got all of those resources yet. So it is the business model that you go and buy more cards. But of course, you know, you could say I bought these 2 and then I've got a whole box of 36 boosters. You could also then just get those and they would be a lot less expensive and they have 15 cards in them. But then again, you know. So since it's Saturday, we'll do one more. And let's see what we find in here. Maybe we'll get a Palando. Let's see what we have. We don't know yet. Mablung. Let's see if it's the same. One of the sets we've already got. Bandit Lair, Rivendell, The Lonely Mountain, Barrow Downs, Bag End, Wood Elves, The Wind Throne, Welling Hall, Weathertop, Thranduil's Halls, Palando, here he is, and he's paired up with Gandalf, Ensa Fangorn, Robin Smallborough, Gildor Inglorion, Erkenbrand, Boromir II, Rivendell, Lorien, Grey Havens, Etherlond, Doors of Night, and Thranduil. Very nice selection here. And we finally also seen the 5th wizard, which is, of course, Palando. One of the 2 blue ones where nobody really knows what happened to them. So let's see what we get in this deck. In the randomized part. We've got Mablung, we saw him before. Use Palantir. Starglass. Very, very powerful card. Imrahil of Dol Amroth. Minion Stir. Palantir of Elostirion. This is now the third Palantir we've seen. This is very good because I don't have them all. Praise to Elbereth. For each of your characters in play that you choose to tap, cancel one Nazgul event or one Nazgul attack. Additionally, if Doors of Night is in play, characters gain +1 prowess until the end of their turn. Well, now, isn't that a really good card? Ha, we like this one. Orc Lieutenant, I really like this image. This is such a... First of all, I like the style in which it is painted, but it's also such a pensive pose that he's in. And, I mean, of course, the orcs are, historically speaking, they were elves once. And they were corrupted by Melkor. And I don't want to go into any details, but there is the abduction of elven women and what I would call, because this is a family-friendly podcast or video, forced procreation is part of this, of how orcs were made. But of course the big question is that arises from the fact that they were once elves. Does this mean that when they die, first of all, does it mean they're immortal? Probably yes, because they are elves. Hideous elves at this stage, but you know, they're elves. Tolkien describes them as evil, but he also says that they fear and loathe their master, Melkor, and later Sauron. So they're not happy in their evilness. Since they are elves, when an elf dies, so if they're slain, so if their body gets destroyed, their spirits get called to the houses of Mandos, and there they can stay for a very long time, and then they get reincarnated into their bodies, not reborn, but reincarnated into a body that looks exactly like this. So if orcs are descended from elves in whatever shape or form, that should still hold for them because their elven spirit is still intact, although it's corrupted. And what I like about this image is that it shows a creature that is not necessarily the most pleasant looking, but again, you know, what can you do about the way you look? But to me, this shows a creature that has emotions and that is just like everyone else. It may be evil, but we know from the writings of Tolkien that they're not evil by nature. They were made evil. It was bred into them. But to me, this is one of the most moving pictures in terms of, we have to kind of dehumanize our enemies in order to be able to kill them. This is how killing works. And this is also when you read books about, for example, the Marine Corps or other elite fighting companies as well, where they tell you how you have to actually ensure that they can perform under the stress of being, like running towards the gunfire rather than away from it, which would be the normal instinct. And also how warriors are made, and you can see this in Sparta, and you can see this throughout history. One of the basic tenets that you have to instill in them is that the other is less than you, because otherwise it's very difficult to perform the act of just going out and killing others. And this picture to me brings home that when you strip it all away, who knows what this orc is thinking? They're not sub-intelligent, they speak. It's not the speech that the elves use, but they speak. We don't know what their dreams are. but we also know that they were forced to do what they're doing now. They don't want to do this, but you know, through thousands of years of breeding, they have kind of evolved into something that is perceived by us as evil. But can they be redeemed? And Tolkien would say yes. And I think this picture shows this is a creature that isn't just evil. And I find this painting really, really moving. So yeah, that's my 2 cents of morality for the day. Aya Rock. I am pretty sure I do not have this card. Strike. Fell Turtle, I only have this one once. A really, really powerful enemy. Morgul Knife. I think I've got this. And of course our friend Arwen. So I think this is enough unboxing. Oh no, we've got more. Sorry, there's more. Wait, there's more. Precious Gold Ring. Foul Fumes. Dreams of Lore. River. Farsight. Half Trolls of Farharad. Lost in Shadowlands. Long Winter. Shield of Ironbound Ash. Lure of Nature. Dodge. Ghouls. Horses. Wargs. Ford. Fell Winter. Concealment. Orc Guard. Risky Blow. Giant Spiders. Healing Earths. Greed. Test the Law. Lure of Expedience. Escape. That's a card that in the beginning I thought was kind of like pretty awesome and powerful, and then I realized it actually isn't, and it's actually quite dangerous to use. Beautiful Gold Ring, Lost in Borderlands, Aroused Minions, Test of Form, Orc Raiders, Dagger of Westerness, Night, Fair Travels in Shadowlands. I'm not sure if I've got this card. Orc Watch, Secret Passage, Call of Home, Fair Travels in Borderlands, Cave Drake, and Hoberg of Bright Mail. So that concludes the unboxing of 4 of these, and 4 of the Wizards, the starter decks, which you can still buy, which come with 76 cards. Is it 76, 75? 76 cards plus a rulebook. In order to play, you need 2. That's the basic requirement, and I would recommend, if you can get them, and if you can only get like a couple of them, get 4, just even to have like a spread of characters, and because that would enable you to build decent decks and play, and this is important, play against someone, because I think although I kind of have this echo chamber of the solo board gaming Facebook group and so on and so forth, and I engage mainly with solo players, I think most people still play games against other people, and of course this was designed as a PvP, and the solo rules that come with the actual original game are kind of underwhelming, I would say. Loads has been done since then, but I'm not convinced by the solo rules at all that they have. But if you want to play solo, I would say you need 5 of these to really have a good spread, to be able to build thematic decks that you play against, or storytelling decks. And if you do PvP, then I think 2 are enough to have the first play against someone and find out, do you like it? Because 1, you know, you get 1 each. But also if you say you want to try this out against someone, and you have somebody who's willing to play, I would say pitch in to get 3, so that you have a spread as well. So 2 is really like the bare minimum, but I would suggest 3 to really get a feel for the game. So that's all from me for today. I wish you all a pleasant Saturday, and we'll talk soon. Bye.